Good day everyone, I am Leamae Gardose from BPED 3E. For this video, we are going to discuss the lesson plan I created for physical education for grade 10. So, let's start. 1. Objectives. For this lesson plan, I set various objectives. I make sure that it has objectives for each domain: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. For the cognitive domain, my objective is identify the basic skills in badminton. For the affective domain, understanding the importance of basic skills in badminton. And lastly, for the psychomotor domain, execute the following basic skills in badminton. 2. Subject matter. For this lesson plan, I chose the topic Basic Skills in Badminton for grade 10. The materials will be used in this lesson are PowerPoint presentation, audio, and visual presentation, and badminton equipments. Procedure. This is the most crucial part of the lesson plan since it is what's gonna happen inside the classroom. Procedure has many parts and let's discuss it one by one. A. Preliminary activity. In preliminary activity, it is the basic happenings inside the classroom before the actual class begins. This begins with greetings. Greetings to students help them feel welcome and counted. It is followed with short prayer. For this part, I chose to ask one student to lead the prayer. In that way, it could build connection to one another. Then, it is followed by checking of attendance. It is time-consuming, so instead of checking attendance the traditional way, I ask the classroom secretary to check if there's an absentees. It is also a lot easier that way since they are more familiar with one another. B. Review of the past lesson. It is important that as a teacher, we have confirmation that our learners were able to understand our previous lesson before we proceed to another lesson. In this part, I chose to do oral recitation. It is more active and a lot of class participation happening. Raising questions about previous lessons can build connection between the previous lesson toward the new learning. C. Motivation. There are some students who lost enthusiasm in the lesson. Sometimes they don't find motivation to learn. In this part, I chose to do jumbled letter games in which the answers were related to the lessons we're going to discuss today. D. Lesson proper. Now that students have hints about what we are going to discuss for today, this is more crucial part. Discussing lessons and engaging students into more active class discussion is hard. For this part, I try to make it as more participatory as possible, making sure that the class are engaged with the discussion and actively participating is the key to successfully transfer knowledge to them. E. Application. Since we are done discussing the topic, it is time to measure up if they understand the lesson. For application, it is time to measure their understanding of basic skills in badminton. For this part, I chose to give them group activity to measure the effective domain. F. Generalization. For this part, to make sure that they retain knowledge, I throw some question about the lesson for today and see if they remember it. It is also help measure our first objective, which is the cognitive domain. 4. Evaluation. For the evaluation, I also chose to do group activity. This will measure their understanding about the topic. For this activity, students will be performing all the basic skills in badminton. This activity is guided with rubrics. For the rubrics, it has a lot of areas covered. It covers the execution of skills, presence of all 7 basic skills, effort and work completion, group unity, and overall assessment. Each criteria has designated grades. 5 points is perfect. 4 points is very satisfactory. 3 points, satisfactory. 2 points is good, and 1 point is poor. 5. Assignment. For the last part of the lesson plan, assignment, for this part, I do something that will make students research to deepen their understanding. For this part, I do ask learners to search for known player of badminton in the world. They need to write at least 3 persons and write essay about them guided with the following question.